Welcome in, everybody, to Darrell Bean Stadium here on the campus of Earlham College in a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Game 2 of our doubleheader for lacrosse as our women's team plays just a couple of hours earlier as they took the win over Wisconsin University Lacrosse, winning that by a final score of 18-8. We are about 8 minutes away from the start of this game between the visiting Adrian College Bulldogs and the home Earlham College Quakers. I am Gerardo Byrne, bringing you today's pregame, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear. Again, this is the second home game for the Quakers as they fell to Wilmington earlier this week, Wednesday night, by a final score of 10-7. We're going to take one quick break. When we come back, we will have the scouting report on the visiting Adrian College Bulldogs and also the home Earlham College Quakers here at RadioTroyBroadcasting.com.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Welcome back to the Darrell Bean Stadium here on the campus of Earlham College. We are going to give you the scouting report on the visiting Adrian College Bulldogs. So taking a look at the Bulldogs, they come in with an overall record of 2-1, having won their last game at Concordia, Chicago, final score of 14-9 earlier this week. They also defeated Hiram by a score of 14-3 and dropped their opening game at Benedictine, Illinois, 20-13. So we'll take a look at some of the overall stats. As a team, they come in with 41 goals on the season, averaging about 13.6 goals per game. They shoot about 40 times per game, a shooting percentage of 34%. They have 75 shots on goal. They have 7 goals on man-up opportunities on 17 opportunities on man-up situations with a man-up percentage of 41.2. They have a total of 101 ground balls, 81 turnovers. They've also caused 42 turnovers and won 54 out of 83 faceoffs with a percentage of 65%. They also have 46 out of 57 clears with a clear percentage of 80% coming into the game, and only allowing 32 goals so far in the 3 games this season. Take a look at some of the individual statistics. See the leading scores for Adrian. And so far, the leading scorers is number 26, Chris French. He comes in with 11 goals on the season and a total of 17 points. And then right behind him is Travis Fox coming in with 10 goals and 12 points on the season for the Bulldogs. And that is your... And also Peyton Gashi coming in with 16 total points, having 8 goals and also 8 assists. So that is going to be your scouting report for the Adrian College Bulldogs. Now we're going to jump over to the Earlham College Quakers. The Quakers come in with an overall record of 0-2, losing their game earlier this week to Wilmington, a final score of 10-7. Then they dropped their first game earlier in February to Marietta by a final score of 22-5. Now taking a look at some of their statistics, in 2 games they have only totaled 12 goals and 7 assists. They're averaging about 20 shots per game, shooting percentage of 30%. They have 28 shots on goal with a shot on goal percentage of 70%. They are 0 for 5 in man-up opportunities. They have 57 total ground balls, 45 turnovers, 17 caused turnovers. They've only won 13 of 48 faceoffs with a faceoff percentage of 27%. They're 28 of 44 in clears with a 63% clear. 32 goals against and total of 27 saves. So that is your scouting report on the Earlham Quakers. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups here for the visiting Bulldogs and also the Earlham Quakers.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium. We are now going to give you the starting lineups for the Adrian College Bulldogs. Starting at goal will be number 1, Ethan Krupp. Then number 3, Ethan Richard. Number 4, Devin Higgins. Number 8, David Herrig. Number 10, Colton Hart. Number 13, Christian Arand. Number 20, Max Leventis. Number 26, Chris French. Number 32, Trevor Burke. And number 35, Peyton Gashi. And as the starting lineups for the Adrian College Bulldog, head coached by Brett Wetzel in his second season as head coach for the Adrian Bulldogs. Now for the Earlham College Quakers, starting at goal will be number 15, Jacob Cope. Number 2, Joel Dominguez. Number 5, Logan Rying. Number 9, Hogan Modeerzadeh. Number 12, Cole Burrell. Number 13, Daniel O'Donnell. Number 16, Caleb Wilgen. Number 17, Josh Wilson. Number 21, Avery Rush Elias. And number 22, Sam Sargent. So that is your starters for the home Earlham College Quakers. This has been the pregame brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Gier. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we will have the start of the game between the Bulldogs and the Quakers here at RadioTroyBroadcasting.com.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium. We are set to get the game underway between the Adrian College Bulldogs and the home Earlham College Quakers as we get ready for the first face-off between Cole Burrell and Colton Hart. Max Leventis has the face-off, and he wins the first possession for the Bulldogs. Leventis over to Chris French. Chris French will be guarded by Josh Wilson. Over to Colton Hart. Back over to number 35, Peyton Gashie. Bulldogs right now patient on offense. Passing the ball around. The Earlham defense not extending right now. Possession clock is at 36 for the Bulldogs. Ball's on the ground. And the shot from number 26, Chris French, hits the outside part of the net. And Jacob Cope comes up with the ball for the Quakers. So the first shot no good for the Bulldogs. Elias now crossing the 30. Over to Ryan. The pass sails a little bit behind them, and it will go out of bounds. Turnover by the Quakers. So brand new possession clock now for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs have now crossed the midfield line. And for men's lacrosse, if you do not cross the midfield line in 20 seconds, it is an automatic possession change. You can go up and back in those 20 seconds, but you have to be on the attacking side of it by the time the possession clock hits 60. So the Bulldogs once again passing it around. The attack by Colton Hart back out to Gashie. Around the crease over to Number 26, Chris French, and his shot this time finds the net, and the Adrian College Bulldogs lead the Quakers 1-0. So the second shot from French finds the net and gives the Bulldogs a quick 1-0 lead. So as we get ready for our second face-off of today's matchup between Cole Burrell and Max Leventis. Again, face-offs really important. Whoever controls the possession battle has a better percentage of winning the game. As this face-off will be won once again by Leventis, his second face-off win. The Bulldogs come in winning roughly 80% of their face-offs, while the Quakers come in at around 30%. And the pass goes above the head of the Bulldogs, out of bounds, and turnover by Adrian. So over to Cope. Finds Modirzadeh. Possession clock at 61 for the Quakers. The pass over to Dan O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to get by his defender Richard. And the pass back over to Sargent, over to Ryan. Ryan shot no good. And it will be still Quaker possession. And in men's lacrosse, on a shot, if the ball sails out of bounds, the team closest to the ball will gain possession. Since in this case, Earlham was the closest, they regained possession, but the possession clock does not change. So it is at 20 seconds. Sam Sargent around the crease. He will take the shot, and he scores for the Quakers. So Sam Sargent ties the game up at 1 apiece with 11:20 remaining in the first quarter. Sam Sargent, who put up 3 goals in the game this past Wednesday against Wilmington. Cole Burrell and Max Leventis back at the face-offs for their respective teams. And this face-off, once again, won by the Bulldogs. They are 3 for 3 on face-offs to start this game. And Chris French trying to get by Josh Wilson, drawing the help defense from Elias. The pass over to Hart, and he gets the goal for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs with a quick answer to regain the lead 2-1. The assist going to Chris French, the goal Colton Hart. And the Bulldogs lead it 2-1 with 11:01 remaining in the first quarter. So we couldn't have asked for a faster response for Adrian. So the face-off ready between Burrell and Leventis. This face-off is once again taken by Max Leventis. So 4 for 4 for Adrian. Chris French out to number 6, Patrick Smith. And finds number 21, Brett Cosensas. And the pass out to Smith. And Blake Bourne cut off by number 19, Roy Jones III. And the shot from the Bulldogs, no good, out of bounds, possession staying with Adrian. And the ball on the ground picked up by number 12, Cole Burrell. So a turnover on Adrian. Out to Josh Wilson, who draws the help defense from Adrian. And a flag on the play. And we'll get the call in just a moment. Roy Jones III trying to split the double team. Ball is on the ground. Picked up by number 4, Devin Higgins, excuse me, but now we will get the whistle on the flag. And the call is going to go against the Bulldogs. So it will be Quaker possession. Yes, please. Thank you. So that call was on number 10, Colton Hart, for a cross check. So his penalty time is at 1 minute. So the Quakers find themselves in a man-up situation. They have not been able to capitalize so far this season, as in the stat book they are 0 for 5 in man-up opportunities. Burrell over to Ryan. Back over to Burrell. And Burrell will take the shot, and saved by number 1, Ethan Krupp. So Krupp gets his first save of today's matchup. Out to number 3, Ethan Richard. And the ball on the ground, but Richard able to recover. Gashi now going behind the goal circle. Over to number 28, Travis Fox. So the Bulldogs once again being patient on their offensive possession, passing it around, finding the right opportunity to attack. Their possession clock is at 20. And the shot from number 35, Peyton Gashi, is good. And the Bulldogs extend their lead 3-1 with 8:06 remaining in the first quarter. So 8:06 remaining in the first quarter. The Bulldogs leading it 3-1. That last goal credited to Peyton Gashi. So the next face-off, Bulldogs are 4 for 4 on face-off so far. And this face-off won by the Bulldogs once again. And so far, that's been a big disadvantage for the Quakers because the Bulldogs 5 for 5 on faceoffs. So extra possessions for this offense. There is a flag on the play. Play will continue, and at the first opportunity, they will call the foul. I do believe it's going to go against the Quakers. Around the crease, number 35, Gashi shot. No good. Sails out of bounds. Possession will stay with Adrian. And now we will get the foul call to you in just a moment. That whistle going against number 16, Caleb Wilgen, being called for offside. So 30 seconds in the penalty box. So now Adrian in a man-up situation. Gashi over to Hart. finds number 26, French. His shot no good. Possession is going to stay with Adrian with 62 seconds on their possession clock. So the Bulldogs have missed their last couple of shots. But once they're staying patient. Still in the man-up situation. And the shot from Hart, no good. Saved by Cope. And the ground ball will be picked up by Elias. Elias up ahead to Sargent. And Sargent will pull it back. And the pass all the way over to number 2, Joel Dominguez. Dominguez on the drive, and his pass sailing out of bounds. And I believe they're going to actually rule that a shot, so possession is going to stay with the Quakers with 40 seconds on their possession clock. So that was a shot by Dominguez, not a pass. Ball is on the ground, and it is picked up by the Bulldogs. So a turnover by the Quakers. So the Bulldogs are winning the possession battle by far right now, winning all the faceoffs and causing some turnovers for the Quakers. We are under 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. The pass out to number 28, Travis Fox. Wilgen finished his 30-second penalty box time, so numbers are even. And around the crease is Gashi, finds Hart, and his shot is good. So Peyton Gashi gets the assist, and the goal going to number 10, Colton Hart, his second goal of the game. And we are going to have a timeout called by Earlham. So with 5:23 remaining in the first quarter, Adrian leading it 4-1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium. Out of the timeout, we are ready for a face-off between Burrell and Leventis. Except Adrian has won all of the face-offs so far, and it is hurting the Quakers. And this face-off won by Adrian. And the ground ball will be picked up by Adrian. And the pass over to Gashi. Possession clock at 55 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs spreading out their offense. Again, the Quakers defense not extending all the way out. The help defense coming from Ryan. The pass sails a little far ahead of Hart. It will sail out of bounds and a turnover by the Bulldogs. Modeers a day up ahead to Ryan. Ryan finds Joel Dominguez. And a flag thrown on the play. And a whistle stoppage in play. And I believe this call is going to go against the Bulldogs. So the Quakers will have a man-up opportunity. So that whistle goes against the Bulldogs for a holding call against number 15, Aiden Smith. So it'll be a 30-second penalty box time. So a man-up situation for the Quakers. Burrell out to Ryan. Excuse me, that call going against number 18, Griffin Roizen, excuse me. And the shot from Dominguez, no good, sails out of bounds, possession staying with the Quakers. Possession clock at 40 for the Quakers. And Burrell's shot will not be good. It will sail out of bounds. Possession is still going to stay with the Quakers. So Caleb Wilgen. The pass out to Dan O'Donnell as he will pick up the ground ball. Possession clock at 20. Burrell on the drive. His shot is saved by the goalkeeper, number 1, Ethan Krupp. And his pass going out. Actually, the ball's on the ground. It fell out of the net of number 33, Benjamin Magnus. So the Quakers, the pass from Wilgen over to Ryan does not connect. And the ball is on the ground. And Ryan will pick up the ground ball. And the ball is still on the ground. And out of bounds when number 3, Ethan Richard of Adrian had it. So possession is with the Quakers. Out to Sam Sargent. Sargent with the goal for the Quakers earlier in this first quarter. We are at 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sargent drawing the double team, still able to keep control. Out to Dan O'Donnell. His shot no good, and it is picked up by number 3, Ethan Richard. Richard now crossing the 30, out to Gashi, and he is not able to save it from going out of bounds, so a turnover by Adrian. So possession going back to the Quakers with the pass from Modeers today. Sails over the head of Wilgen, but Sam Sargent able to recover. He finds Joel Dominguez. A great pass to Ryan, but it is saved by number 1, Ethan Krupp. 3 saves so far for Krupp. And that one was a great save and a backbreaker for the Quakers. But Wilgen, off the turnover from Adrian, ball is on the ground. And the ground ball picked up by the Bulldogs. So a turnover by the Quakers. So back-to-back turnovers by each team. And now crossing the midline is number 19, Ian Messenger. Up ahead to Peyton Gashi. As he finds Chris French. French on the drive, drawing the help defense from Elias and being pushed out by Wilson. As he will throw it out to the 40 for number 2, Blake Bourne. And the pass over to number 26, Chris French. Possession clock is at 35 seconds. And the pass out to Gashi around the crease. He will take the shot. And another goal for Adrian. That goal was from Peyton Gashi. And it looks like it may have bounced off of Jacob Coe. But either way, that is the 5th goal of the quarter for Adrian. And they now lead it 5-1 with 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the face-off this time will be between Max Leventis and number 11 for the Quakers, Kevin Ventura. And this face-off won by the Bulldogs, 2-1. And the shot not in time for number 26, Chris French. So that is going to end the first quarter here between the Bulldogs and the Quakers, with Adrian leading it 5-1 going into the second quarter on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. And we will be right back in just a moment.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College, as we are set to start the second quarter between the Bulldogs and the Quakers. Adrian leading it right now 5-1. We will start this second quarter off with a face-off, and the face-offs were a big difference in that first quarter, as Adrian won all 7 of the face-offs and also caused the Quakers into a few turnovers. So the possession battle is the biggest difference in the game so far. And the face-offs will be between Cole Burrell and Max Leventis. And this face-off won by the Bulldogs. And the pass up ahead to Gashi as he's able to get the ball off the ground. Gashi over to French. And the Bulldogs taking their time on offense. They've done a very good job of not forcing shots. They pass it around, find their shot. As Gashi gets around the crease, his shot is no good in a foot race for possession, but there is a flag on the play. And it looks like the whistle will be going against the Quakers. And that call going against number 9, Hogan Moore Deersade, for slashing. So he will have 1 minute in the penalty box. And 38 seconds on the, a brand new possession clock for Adrian. Gashi out to Fox, And so a man down situation for the Quakers, man up for the Bulldogs. And the Quakers fall back into a zone defense, and the shot no good for number 26, Chris French, as it bounced off the pipe. But this time the goal is good for the Bulldogs. Anybody see who scored that? Thank you. As that goal once again scored by number 35, Peyton Gashi. And that increases the Bulldog lead 6-1 with 13:41 remaining in this second quarter. Modir today back in since the goal, the minute is up. He doesn't have to serve the full time. And the face-off won by Adrian. Ball is on the ground, picked up by number 11, Mitch Kellerman. On the drive is French, drawing the help from Elias. Back out to Kellerman. Possession clock at 55 for the Bulldogs. So Quakers still not fully extending out on defense as the Bulldogs once again continue to pass it around until they find their spot to attack. As Gashi out to French, not able to handle the pass. Ball is on the ground, and the ground ball is picked up by the Bulldogs. 25 seconds on their possession clock. And the Bulldogs are looking to attack. Only got 12 seconds on the possession clock. And the shot blocked by Jacob Cope, but the ground ball picked up by Adrian. And those are possessions that you have to win if you're the Quakers. If you block a shot and the ball is on the ground, you have to come up with that if we want to get back into this matchup. And that's where Adrian is winning the ground ball battle. 60 seconds on the possession clock remaining for the Bulldogs as French will take it out to the 40. Looking to go downhill and possibly attack O'Donnell as he draws the help from Wilson. The turnaround. And the shot from French is good. And Adrian, the goal will not count as the official made an offensive foul call against the Bulldogs. So the score is going to remain 6-1. And when we find out what that call is, we will let you know. But the goal does not count. Ball is on the ground. And picked up by Wilson. But the Quakers were not able to get past the midline in the 20-second span. So a turnover by Earlham. And that is the first time we've seen where a team has to switch possession because they could not get by the midline in the 20-second time requirement. So turnovers are plaguing this Quaker team. Gonna have to find a way to get some stops and give their offense a chance to get them back into this game. right now the battle as the shot from number 28, Travis Fox, finds the back of the net for the 7th goal by the Bulldogs and increases their lead by 6 with 10:56 remaining in the second quarter. Quakers are going to have to find a way to get some shots off at Krupp. And it starts now with the face-off win. That'd be big for the Quakers as Leventis has just had his way on the face-offs. And ball is on the ground. And possession back to the Bulldogs. So another face-off won. Out of bounds, turnover by the Bulldogs, and possession now going to the Quakers. Joel Dominguez. Now approaching the 30. Trying to get by his man. And Dominguez's shot no good. It will sail out of bounds, but possession is going to stay with Earlham with 62 seconds on their possession clock. Burrell on the drive, loses his footing. Flag is on the play. And Burrell is slow to get up. We hope he's okay. And it looks like it may be an ankle issue. It came up limping. Gives the indication that he is okay. We'll check out what that penalty was. It is going to go against the Bulldogs. So possession will be with the Quakers. And that whistle is going against number 11, Mitch Kellerman, for tripping. So he's in the penalty box for 1 minute. So the Quakers in a man-up situation. As Sargent over to Burrell. Ryan back out to the 40. Back over to Dominguez. Nearing the crease. He finds Burrell, and his shot saved by Crump. Goes out of bounds. Is going to stay here with the Quakers. Ethan Crump doing a very good job at defending the goal for the Bulldogs. Burrell with another shot. Sails high and out of bounds. So Wilgen back over to Dominguez. And what we see on defense from the Bulldogs is they have one man just sticking with Sam Sargent. No matter where he goes, they're not switching or anything. No help defense coming from that defender. His assignment is to stick with Sam Sargent, as that shot is no good. Possession will stay with the Quakers. 18 seconds on the possession clock. But number 3, Ethan Richard, has been tasked with sticking with Sam Sargent. Now outguarding Sargent is number 13, Christian Oran. And the shot, no good. And actually, they're ruling it that was a pass, so a turnover by the Quakers. And Bulldog possession. And Crump will come out of the goal. And up ahead, the pass not been able to hand by Oran. He was not able to handle the pass, but Gashi over to French. Ball is on the ground. Ball still on the ground. Nobody's been able to claim possession, but Elias was able to pick it up off the ground. Elias over to Burrell. Wilgen not able to handle it, but he's able to pick up the ground ball. Wilgen over to Dominguez. Now on Sam Sargent is Travis Fox. And Sargent setting the screen. And he is being called for a moving screen. So turnover by the Quakers. And Fox on the attack. And the shot saved by Cope. Ball is on the ground. And the ground ball picked up by Wilgen. So an excellent save by Cope. Out to Dominguez. His shot no good. Sails out of bounds. Possession is going to stay with the Quakers. Burrell receiving the screen from Sargent. And the pass over to Ryan. Ball is on the ground. And a whistle as the call is going to go against the Quakers. So the possession is going back to the Bulldogs. So it's a flag on the play. Possession clock at 65. Another flag on the play. So multiple penalties on, looks like, the Quakers. Gashi back out to Chris French. And the Bulldogs have set up their attack offense. And the pass over to French. French on the drive. His shot saved by Cope. And the goal for the Bulldogs, as French looked like he was able to regain his possession and have a free shot at the goal. And with that goal, the Bulldogs extend their lead to 7, leading 8-1 with 5:53 remaining in the second quarter. And since the Bulldogs were able to score, that is going to wipe out the penalties called on that possession. So Burrell and Levins is for the faceoff. And this faceoff is won by the Quakers as Elias loses the ball, but the ground ball picked up by Ventura. And a whistle blown, call going against, a timeout called on the field by Earlham. So with 5:40 remaining in the second quarter, Adrian leading it 8-1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Looking to kickstart your fundraiser? Take your fundraising efforts to the next level with expert support from Suds Fundraising and get access to a fundraising kit full of quality products people can't wait to get their hands on, a dedicated web store to reach your online audience, a digital marketing kit that allows you to convert leads easily, and so much more. Let us help you reach your fundraising goals on time. Visit sudsfundraising.com to get started today.
As Earlhamites, when we set our minds to do something, we see it through.
Because when we strive to do what's right,
we believe ways will open for us.
It's why we design inclusive playgrounds and innovative transportation solutions.
Why we work to solve water crises and pioneer new technology.
Why we commit to bridging gaps and exploring the unexpected.
It's why we stay curious.
Why we insist on better answers.
Because at Earlham,
we don't see the world as a project. We see it as our purpose.
And we recognize our own potential in making this earth more beautiful,
more just,
and more peaceful for everyone.
Earlham College.
Always moving forward.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium. Out of the timeout from Earlham, we'll see what kind of offense they drew up. The possession clock for Earlham is at 71. 5:40 remaining in the second quarter. And a call going against the Quakers. I think it was an illegal screen set by Wilgen. And number 19, Ian Messenger, up ahead to Gashi. Gashi all the way over to French. And French with the shot saved by Cope. And the ground ball picked up by number 17, Josh Wilson. And ball is on the ground. And whistles being blown. And we'll see what the referees call on the play. Possession is going to go with the Bulldogs. That's French passing it over to Fox. So ultimately a turnover on the Quakers. And the attack by Fox. And his shot saved by the goalkeeper, Jacob Cope. So Cope with a string of saves so far in the last couple of minutes. Cope over to Burrell. O'Donnell at the 30 for the Quakers. And the pass to Ventura, not able to handle it. So it will go out of bounds and a turnover by the Quakers. French over to Fox. And possession clock at 68 for the Bulldogs. And the biggest Achilles heel has been possessions for the Quakers. They've turned it over too much. And Gashi on the attack over to Hart, and he gets the goal for the Bulldogs to increase their lead 9-1. That assist going to Peyton Gashi. And with 3:03 remaining in the second quarter, Adrian leading it 9-1. And Leventis back at the face-off for the Bulldogs. And Ventura will have the face-off. And this face-off, ball on the ground, but it will be picked up by the Bulldogs. And a whistle blown. And a call going against the Quakers. And a timeout called on the field by Adrian with 2:45 remaining in the second quarter. So with Adrian leading at 9-1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, we'll be right back in just a moment.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Back here at Darrell Bean Stadium, the timeout was called by Adrian. They lead it 9-1, 2:45 remaining in the second quarter. It is Adrian possession with 70 seconds on the possession clock. And play resumes. So we'll see what kind of offense the Bulldogs run coming out of the timeout. They've been pretty patient on offense, attacking when they've seen their openings. There's Gashi over the French. And out of bounds, so a turnover by Adrian. Wilson over to Elias. Elias finds Ventura. The pass over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell around the crease, and the pass falls all the way back over to Wilgen near the 40. I think it was intended for Dominguez. But Ryan attacking downhill. And his shot no good. And the possession is going to Adrian, as Bourne was able to beat out Dominguez for the foot race to gain possession when the ball went out of bounds off the shot from Ryan. 1:10 remaining in the second quarter. And that goal, was that 26? Was that 26? With that goal, Adrian extends their lead 10-1 with 1:05 remaining in the second quarter. Burrell back at the face-off for the Quakers. Leventis for the Bulldogs. And this face-off won by the Bulldogs. Leventis pass on the ground, but picked up by Gashi. And a timeout called by Adrian with 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Adrian leading it 10-1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back in just a moment.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Back here at Darrell Bean Stadium with 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That last timeout called by Adrian as they lead it 10-1. Looking to try to capitalize on the face-off win and extend their lead to double digits going into halftime. So Patrick Smith starts out the possession as he passes it over to Fox. So we'll see what the play is that the Bulldogs run out of the timeout as Gashi over to Smith with 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Fox on the drive. His shot no good, out of bounds. Possession is going to stay with the Bulldogs. 47 seconds on the possession clock, but 29 seconds on the game clock. And Gashi around the crease. And the pass inside the French as he gets the goal for the Bulldogs. And they now increase their lead to double digits with 16 seconds remaining in the first half. That last goal from number 26, Chris French. And with the face-off battle going with the Bulldogs, we'll see if they win this face-off. If they try to push it to 12 with 16 seconds remaining in the first half, this face-off, ball still on the ground as Elias ends up with it. 5 seconds. The pass to O'Donnell. His shot is good with a flag on the place, but the Quakers are able to get the goal right before halftime as time expired to trim the lead to 9 going into the half, down 11-2. And I think with that goal, they're going to waive off the penalty. Both teams have not cleared the field. The clock does say 0-0. And I think they're going to put a little bit more time back on the clock. They're going to put a second and a half back on the game clock. But we'll see if that goal by O'Donnell will give the Quakers a little bit momentum heading into the half, as that goal put it into a 10-0 scoring run by the Bulldogs. And that is going to end the first half with Adrian leading the Quakers 11-2. And 10 minutes on the clock for halftime. And we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will go over the first half stats with you here at Radio Troy Broadcasting. So Adrian leading it 11-2 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back in a few moments.
Greatest thing ever happened for Oscar Robertson. He learned to compete. Basketball in Indiana has a special legacy. It starts with the coaches, develops with the fans, and ends with an amazing community support.
I think one of these days when you're done and you're retired and you kind of shelve that piece of your life, you can look back and be like, wow, that's really incredible.
To play in a state tournament, to be able to play in college, to be able to coach high school girls, and then to be able to see my son coach, basketball has been my life.
Any opportunity I got to play basketball, I played it. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I love doing, and still today I love the game.
And every time Dad put me in, I think as a freshman, sophomore, there was booing. And then the exciting turnaround when I was a junior and senior, every time he took me out, he got booed. So those were fun times.
Basketball got me an education. Got me to be a worldly person as far as reading articles. Got me to be artistic and understand the cultures of the world, the ballet, the opera. It just opened up your whole mind and thoughts about things other than what you can reach out and touch.
Because I never dreamed of going to college, and basketball gave me the opportunity to not only go to college but play professional ball, and I've been around it my whole life. I'm 58 now, and I've been involved for a lot of years.
Where else can you walk around? I'm a 65-year-old man, and people say, George, oh, I remember you in '69 with your high school state championship team. I saw you at Butler. I mean, it's incredible. This is the only place here in Indiana that happens.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium. Let's quickly go over the first half stats, starting with Adrian. Adrian had a total of 24 shots, 17 shots on goal, 3 saved, 12 face-offs won, a total of 26 ground balls. They went 7 of 12 on their clears, 10 total turnovers. They've caused 2. They're 1 of 2 on man-up situations and have a total of 3 penalties. For Earlham, they have a total of 16 shots, 5 shots on goal, 6 saves, 2 face-offs won, 16 grounders, 10 of 12 on their clears, 10 turnovers. They've caused 5. They're 0 for 3 on man-up situations, and they have 2 penalties. So that is the first half stats of the team totals. We'll give you some individual stats later on as the half progresses. But 15 seconds remaining, or 15 minutes on the clock for the third quarter. And we get the second half underway. The face-off will be won by Adrian, number 20, Max Leventis. So the Bulldogs get the first possession of the second half, leading it 11-2. And the pass over to Gashi behind the goal, being guarded by Modirzadeh. 40 seconds on the possession clock for the Bulldogs. We'll see how long they decide to stay aggressive. And what we saw in the first half is Adrian was real patient on offense. And a whistle blown and goal circle violation against the Bulldogs. So turnover. So the possession now with the Quakers as Burrell crosses the midline. Burrell now finding Dominguez. And let's see what kind of adjustments the Quakers made for the second half. And the turnover by the Quakers. The pass up ahead to Gashi. Back over to French. He splits the help defense, but the shot saved by Jacob Cope. Ball went out of bounds. Quaker possession. So back-to-back turnovers by the Bulldogs to start the second half. The deep pass to Dominguez. On the attack, the shot from Dominguez is good. And the Quakers get the first goal of the second half to cut the Bulldog lead to 8 as they now trail 11-3. I know he said he wanted it longer, but damn. So the Quakers now trailing 11-3. They get the first goal of the second half. So let's see if the Quakers have any type of comeback in them. And just got an update for our baseball team. They are in game 2 of their doubleheader for today. And they are trailing 5-1 right now. And that save from Jacob Cope. He's had a couple of great saves in this game. And just put that one on display. The ball on the ground bounced out of the stick of Elias. And the grounder picked up by the Bulldogs. So a turnover by the Quakers. And a turnover by the Bulldogs as it was taken away by number 12, Burrell. And Burrell drawing the double team and a turnover by the Quakers. So we've seen multiple turnovers in the past minute or so by each team. The pass over to Fox. The possession clock is at 50 for the Bulldogs. As the Quaker defense trying to keep getting some stops as they try to claw their way back into this matchup. And the shot from Gashi is good. And the Bulldogs increased their lead back up to 9, leading it 12-3. And with that last goal, that is Gashi's 5th goal of the game on 8 shots. He also has 4 assists in this game up to this point. Hart and French each with 3 goals apiece themselves. So 12-3, Adrian leading it. Another face-off between Leventis and Burrell. Excuse me, this is Ventura. But either way, Leventis wins that face-off. And the pass up ahead to Gashi. And 10:45 remaining in the third quarter as Fox finds a cutting French, and his shot is no good, and possession is going to stay with Adrian. Possession clock is at 48. The shot from Fox saved by Cope. And recovered by Josh Wilson over to Elias. And the pass to Dominguez is on the ground, scooped up by Adrian. So another turnover by the Quakers. On the attack is Gashi. He'll take the shot, and it gets by Cope for the goal. And that increases the Adrian lead back up to double digits as they lead at 13-3 with 10:02 remaining in the third quarter. So that last goal, putting the Bulldogs up by double digits. So the Quakers scored first to start out the second half, but the Bulldogs responded with 2 quick goals of their own. And the face-off between Burrell and Leventis. And that face-off is won by Adrian. Gashi over the French. Out to number 6, Patrick Smith. And with that face-off win, that gives the Bulldogs 16 face-off wins. Or excuse me, 17 face-off wins to Earlham's 2. So you talk about face-off wins, that's 15 extra possessions. And the shot from French, no good, but recovered by Gashi. And we have a whistle on the play, and it's going against the Bulldogs. Elias up ahead to Burrell. Possession clock at 62. Ventura on the attack. Over to O'Donnell to Dominguez. Dominguez over to number 22, Sam Sargent. He scored the first goal of the game for the Quakers, but we have not heard of him much since. And the pass over to Wilgen. The ball is on the ground after the shot attempt and recovered by the Bulldogs, number 32, Trevor Burke. But going back to what I was saying about Sargent, he had the first goal, but then the Bulldogs put a defensive body on him to where that person didn't leave Sargent to help or to do anything. His assignment was to stick to Sam Sargent, and it proved to be effective. And the Bulldogs back on the offensive attack. And the drive from number 2, Blake Bourne. His shot sails out of bounds, and the possession is going to the Quakers. Burrell over to Elias. And Sam Sargent bringing it back all the way up to the 40. Burrell draws the double team, and he gets it poked free. And the grounder picked up by Adrian, so a turnover on the Quakers. Bourne up ahead to Gashi. And the pass out over to French. Possession clock reads 60 seconds for the Bulldogs. And now it looks like the Quakers defense is extending a little further out than they did in the first half. And the pass over to Fox. The switch from Roy Jones and Elias. And the shot attempt saved by number 15, Cope. So Cope able to save not only the shot, but able to regain the ground ball and get the possession over to the Quakers. A flag on the play. As Sam Sargent will bring it out. And now Sam Sargent attacking downhill. Sargent around the crease, and the shot no good. Possession is going to stay with the Quakers. And we'll see what the penalty call was. So that whistle was on number 35, Peyton Gashi, for offside. So the penalty time, 30 seconds. So man-up situation for the Quakers. They went 0 for 3 in the first half, and they are a total of 0 for 8 in man-up situations in this season so far. Rying out to O'Donnell. He'll take the shot, and he gets it to go for the Quakers. So the Quakers back on the board, and they trail by 9 with 5:15 remaining in the third quarter. Adrian still leading it 13-4, but that last goal by O'Donnell. So the face-off won by the Bulldogs. So that is the 18th face-off won by the Bulldogs, and all 18 have been won by number 20, Max Leventis. And the attack from French over to Gashi. $50 seconds on the possession clock for the Bulldogs, and going back to passing it around till they find the attack zone. As Gashi on the drive, and a whistle blown, and the call is going against the Bulldogs. So possession now with the Quakers. Josh Wilson over to Sargent. Sam Sargent on the drive around the crease, tried to find a cutting Ryan, recovered by Burrell. Burrell shot no good, and the possession is going to go to the Bulldogs, but we have a Quaker down at the moment. It looks like number 22, Sam Sargent. Looks like he's grabbing his head, and he is just coming off a concussion that he suffered earlier in the season. So we are going to take a timeout. Adrian leading it 13-4 with 3:47 remaining in the third quarter on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today, or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Back here at Darrell Bean Stadium, so a good sign is Sam Sargent is on his feet. We just hope that it's not his head. As I mentioned, he is just coming off a concussion that he suffered earlier in the season. So we're hoping that it's not anything with his head. He is walking off under his own power. Possession is going to go to Adrian. And play will resume as the pass over to number 6, Patrick Smith, on the ground. Messenger over to Gashi. And the Bulldogs going back to spreading out the offense, passing it around. And the shot from number 26, Chris French, is good. And that increases the Bulldog lead back up to 10. 14-4 with 2:59 remaining in the third quarter. So that last goal by Chris French. And with that goal, that is French is 5th goal of the game. No, excuse me, 4th goal. And a whistle blown against number 5, Logan Ryan. Unnecessary roughness, so he will have 1 minute in the penalty box. So that is the 4th goal by Chris French in this matchup. And as we get set for another face-off. And I think because, matter of fact, because Earlham finds themselves in a man-down situation, the possession is going to the Bulldogs. And Gashi over to Smith, finds the cutting French, and the shot no good, saved by Cope. But the Bulldogs are able to maintain possession. They did get a new possession clock. Ball is on the ground, picked up by Smith. His shot saved by Cope. And Cope able to come up with the ground ball. And up ahead to O'Donnell. And his pass tipped off the stick of French, but Burrell able to come up with it. Burrell's pass to Ventura sails out of bounds, and a turnover by the Quakers. And the pass from the new goalkeeper, number 9, Mason Abou-Dabou. And the shot good by Adrian to increase their lead up to 11, now leading it 15-4. And with 1:37 remaining, the Bulldogs leading it by 11. And Ventura will have the face-off for the Quakers. And another face-off won by the Bulldogs. And the ball is on the ground. Picked up by Josh Wilson, so turnover on the Bulldogs. Dominguez. Ball is on the ground. And picked up by Gashi, so turnover on the Quakers. Possession clock at 60 for the Bulldogs. We are under 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the shot from number 2, Blake Bourne, no good. And it is out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. And the Quakers will have possession. We are under 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Two, one, and that is the end of the third quarter, with Adrian leading it 15-4 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back in just a few moments.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we set to get the fourth quarter underway. Adrian leading it 15-4. And taking a look at some of the live stats, Adrian outscored the Quakers in that third quarter 4-2. Leading scorer for the Bulldogs is Peyton Gashi with 5 goals and also 5 assists on 9 shots for the Bulldogs. Dan O'Donnell leads it for the Quakers with 2 goals on 3 shots. And the first face-off of the fourth quarter is won by Adrian. And the pass over to French behind the goal. Nearing the crease, the pass over to Fox is no good, so turnover by the Bulldogs, recovered by Elias. The pass off to Burrell. So Burrell at the 45. On the attack downhill, will take the shot, and it bounces off the stick of the goalkeeper, Mason Abu-Dhabi. As Wilgen's pass is deflected off the stick of number 4, Devin Higgins. And so a turnover by the Quakers out to Herring. And the pass over to Fox. And French over to Gashi finds the cutting heart, and he gets the goal for the Bulldogs. So executed perfectly by the Bulldogs as Gashi found the cutting heart, and the Bulldogs extend their lead to 12, which is their largest lead of the game. And with 13-17 remaining in the game, Bulldogs leading it by 12 as the faceoff coming up between Leventis and Ventura. And another face-off. And this one is won by the Bulldogs. And another goal by the Bulldogs. This one was by Hart once again. This time the assist coming from number 20, Max Leventis. And a timeout called on the field by Earlham. So with 13-11 remaining in the fourth quarter, Adrian leading at 17-4 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Hey, this is Steve at Jiffy Lube. The other day, a cashier said to me, "If you're happy with the service here, there's a site you can take a survey on." Kind of laughed and said, "What if I'm not happy?" To which she replied, "Well, then you can just forego the survey." I thought, well, that's kind of the equivalent of if you can't say anything nice, then don't say anything at all. What if we all adopted that? Jiffy Lube, take the survey, but if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all.
Hey, this is Steve Funkhauser at Jiffy Lube. Come on out, see us. We're ready to serve.
Welcome back to Darrell Bean Stadium. That last timeout called by the Quakers. And the face-off won by the Bulldogs once again. And with that last face-off, that is the 22nd face-off won by Max Leventis in this matchup. And the turnover, as we see Sam Sargent checks back into the game for the Quakers. Glad to see he's okay. The pass to Ryan, not able to connect, and it will be Adrian possession off the foul from the Quakers. And the pass up ahead to number 13, Christian Arand. Gashy's pass off the stick of French. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Elias, so turnover by Adrian. So Sam Sargent will pass it back to O'Donnell. Dominguez is shot over the net, out of bounds, and it still will be Quaker possession with 50 seconds remaining on the possession clock. O'Donnell on the drive. His shot is good for the Quakers. And that is the third goal for O'Donnell in this matchup with 11:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs still leading it 17-5. Another face-off coming up between Leventis and Burrell. And this face-off won once again by the Bulldogs. The pass back to number 6, Patrick Smith. Possession clock is at 52 for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs being patient, but turn it over. Elias now crossing the midline. And whistle on the play. And the call will go against the Bulldogs. Who? Thank you. And that call goes against number 26, Chris French, for slashing. He'll be in the penalty box for 1 minute. .10:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. Burrell on the drive, and his shot is off number 8, David Herrig. And turnover on Adrian, so it's going to be white lacrosse ball, and it's going to be a flag on Adrian as Herrig seemed to toss the ball out of bounds. And so the official throwing a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct. And actually, instead of Herring, it goes on the goalie, Mason Abu Dhabu. And so the goalkeeper, number 1, Ethan Crump, comes back in. And the delay of game call will cost Abu Dhabi 30 seconds in the penalty box. Sargent back out to Ventura. And Sam Sargent over to Wilgen. And the pass over to Sargent as it goes out of bounds. And turnover on the Quakers. as Iran over to Gashi. And 65 seconds on the possession clock. And we'll see how much time the Bulldogs want to kill off the possession clock before they decide to attack. And the drive from French, and an illegal screen set by number 10, Colton Hart. So possession going back to the Quakers. And Elias able to get away from the double team. And the pass up ahead to Roy Jones III. He finds Sargent, but the ball is on the ground. And no whistle on the play, but I think some frustration of Sam Sargent came out on number 4, Devin Higgins. Wilson over to Ventura. Ventura has it knocked out by number 13, Iran. So turnover on the Quakers. Gashi. 55 seconds on the possession clock. And we are under 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Gashi going around the crease. And the Bulldogs being patient, but the shot from Gashi is no good. And the possession will remain with the Bulldogs with 36 on the possession clock. Under 30 on the possession clock for the Bulldogs as we are approaching 7 minutes. But the pass over to Gashi around the crease. And his shot is no good, but a flag on the play as things are getting very chippy down there. Did she just say she fight some of them? So a couple of flags thrown on that last possession going against the Quakers. So things are getting very chippy down there as bodies are starting to hit the turf a little bit more. So we'll see what the officials ultimately call. And it is going to be Quaker possession. I think both teams have a player in the penalty box. So for Adrian, the call going against Peyton Gashi for a body check. So he has 2 minutes in the penalty box. So correction, for Gashi, it is 1 minute for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it's number 17 for the Quakers, Josh Wilson, who gets called for a body check. And he'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty box. And the shot from Sam Sargent is good. That is Sargent's second goal of the game. And the Quakers leading excuse me, the Bulldogs leading it 17-6 with 6:41 remaining. Can we stop playing that? Why do we still play that horn? So a face-off coming up between Burrell and Leventis. And the face-off won by the Bulldogs. And the pass up ahead to French. As both teams are down a man right now in this situation with 55 seconds on the possession clock for the Bulldogs. The pass over to French, but the ball is on the ground, and Bulldogs able to save it from going out of bounds. We are under 6 minutes remaining. And now the Quakers find themselves in a man-down situation, and they fall back into a zone defense. And the ball on the ground, players getting hit left and right. Like I said, it is very chippy down on the field. And another flag thrown. So that penalty going against Logan Ryan of the Quakers for cross-checking. So he has 2 minutes in the penalty box. So now the Quakers find themselves 2-man down in this possession. So the Quakers have to go to a 4-man zone on defense. Possession clock was fresh for the Bulldogs at 75. And the Bulldogs right now just passing it around, running time off the clock. And the pass over to Fox. Ball on the ground, but picked up by number 6, Patrick Smith. And the pass deflects off of French, and a flag on the play, and the call will go against number 12, Cole Burrell. 17, Josh Wilson's time in the penalty box is up, so he's back on the field. So the call going against Burrell is an illegal body check, and he is 1 minute in the penalty box. Fox over to Gashi. His shot saved by Cope. And the possession going to the Quakers. Under 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Wilson back over to Elias. Crossfield pass going over the head of Roy Jones III, out of bounds, and the possession going back to the Bulldogs. Out of bounds, possession going to the Quakers. as we are approaching 4:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. As Modeer's a day has it knocked out of the stick. Turnover on the Quakers. And entering the game for the first time today for the Quakers is number 8, David Huang. Shot no good by the Bulldogs. Possession is going to stay with the Bulldogs, though. And the shot from French, saved by Jacob Cope. The ball is on the ground, and there is a pile up for it. And now a few whistles. Man, that's cold. They're going to put Wong on the field for 2 seconds. They're going to take him out. Do that man dirty like that. So that call going against number 26, Chris French, and his penalty box time will be for 1 minute. What was it? And he was called for slashing. So we're at 3. And the pass to Ventura ends up in the net of the goalkeeper, number 9, Mason Abu-Dhabu. Ball on the ground, a near turnover by the Bulldogs, but recovered by number 4, Devin Higgins. And a flag on the play. And pretty much the last couple of minutes, it looks like the Quakers' main goal is just to hit people. As the flag went against number 22, Sam Sargent, body checking for 1 minute in the penalty box. As play resumes, 2.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Ball out of bounds. Possession is going to stay with the Bulldogs. We are under 2 minutes remaining in the game. Ground ball back at the 50. And the Bulldogs will recover the ground ball. But a whistle called for offsides against the Bulldogs. So possession going to the Quakers. Burrell to Sargent. And Burrell going downhill on the drive, but cut off by number 19, Ian Messenger. And an interference call going against the Quakers, so possession back with the Bulldogs. another whistle going against the Bulldogs, so possession will go back to the Quakers. Burrell on the drive, pass over to Ventura, but his shot no good. We are under 40 seconds remaining. Out of bounds, and it will be Bulldog possession. And a timeout called by the Quakers with 35 seconds remaining in the game. Yeah, we're going to keep it here for this timeout. So with the win today, the Bulldogs will improve their overall record to 3-1, while the Quakers will drop to 0-3. After today, the Quakers won't be back here for at least a couple of weeks. Their next 4 games are on the road, and the women's lacrosse team will be a couple weeks before they're back on their home field. So the women's team took the dub earlier today. They took down Wisconsin University Lacrosse by a final score of 18-8. Possession will be with the Bulldogs. And the pass over to the goalkeeper, Abu Dhabi. And he finds Smith. And the Bulldogs get it past the midline, and most likely we'll just hold on to it for the final 15 seconds. And that's exactly what Gashy's going to do. And that is the final, as the Adrian College Bulldogs take it 17-6. So that improves their record to 3-1. The Quakers drop to 0-3. And this has been today's Lacrosse, brought to you by Radio Troy Broadcasting. I'm Gerardo Byrne, wishing you all a very great Saturday night, and we hope to see you all next time. Thank you for tuning in.